Does it look different in here to y'all, or is it just me? Hello to no one watching. My name is Era, and today we are going to be talking about the beautiful, sensational Aabria Iyengar. This video has been a long time coming. I literally have had the idea for this video written up for maybe a year. So now is the time of finally putting words out and putting it on film. Aabria freaking Iyengar, one of the greatest gifts Dropout has given us. You can hand her any TTRPG system and she will have attuned to it by the end of the session. Yes, I am talking about Blood on the Clock Tower when she said, "This is my first time running this, we'll see how it goes," and did it flawlessly. Whether she is playing or hosting, DMing, GMing, Aabria invites all to confront the fears we typically ignore and challenge what we assume our world looks like. Whether that be through stoats or fae or through vampires. Whatever it is, whoever it is, Aabria will come face to face with the reality that is being ignored, being pushed aside, not even forgotten, just truly like not dealt with. What I admire most about Aabria's player style, GMing style, is her tenacity to ground her players in the reality. Whatever the reality is where your characters are, no matter what. When people start doing bits, she's like, "No, you actually said that and that, and we're keeping that. We're keeping that, and you said that." In that way, she truly exists as the reality for the world that she has created, or the world that she is implementing. And I see a lot of my own writing style in that, and I see a lot of my own desire and purposes for writing through that lens. She pushes her players to be their characters. She pushes them to commit, to dedicate themselves to the character they have created and are playing. She pushes them to give and to express and to make the space that the reality that the world seems to not want to give them. Oh my God, I love Aabria. You can tell that Aabria is having the time of her life in the way that she smiles, in the way that she jokes, in the way that she pokes and prods and pulls things out of people. You can just the way that she carries herself, you know that she is having a good time. You know that she's happy to be around the people she's around, and she's happy to be experiencing something that she might not have been able to experience. This is why she is so important to me. Okay, because Aabria Iyengar, by the way, not only in the way that she plays and embodies her characters, but in the way of seeing a Black woman doing what she has always wanted to do, and being happy and content and proud and comfortable. There's just something about the way that she carries herself throughout all the campaigns and all the interviews and all the Game Changer episodes and Adventure Academy, and you can just tell from her ambiance, tell from her energy that this is something that's really special to her. And I think that really calls to me as a writer, really calls to really, it just speaks to me. We see each other. We see each other. Okay. Well, that's at least that's how I feel about Aabria. Aabria probably doesn't feel that way about me because Aabria doesn't know who I am. But regardless, so today we will be going through some of Aabria's campaigns as a GM and some characters of hers that I really, really admire. Can't wait. Hopefully, going through this, I'll be able to determine what's important to me as a storyteller and how I can apply that importance to different avenues of storytelling. For those who don't know, for my 25th, I will be putting in the works, starting to form a campaign. I'm not gonna say definitively that we're playing a TTRPG, but I do want to spend my birthday creating with the people that I love and forming a world together and what that would look like and what that could be. So yes. So the first big one, worlds beyond number. I have not listened to Solari yet. I'm just getting around to finishing the WoW one, the Witch and the Wizard, or the Wizard, the Witch and the WoW one. There comes a time where I'm just like, that doesn't exist to me. And then there comes a time where I'm like, wait, no, that was really impactful. I should probably listen to that again. So, but Subi? Sky? You know that a character is impactful when the person who plays the character gets an animal and names the dog after that character. You know that some shit is serious. Okay? Subi. There's something about Subi that is, she's not afraid to achieve, but like pain to learn and pain to change. Not even pain to change, but like that change is truly her choice. Change is her choice. And that is something that she consistently has to keep choosing for her friends, for her livelihood, for her freedom, for her truth. She is very rare in that she knows what needs to be done and still defies and finds a way to make her own way. Do you want to be on camera? Guys, slow, this is right here. There she is. Having listened to World Beyond Number from the beginning and seeing where Subi started, and seeing where by the end of this first book she will have ended up is it's so rewarding. Number one, it's amazing. I think she's committed to winning this setup. Sylvia is just so remarkable. You can really tell that she has so many parts of her that are unknown, and that bothers her, but she has nothing else to do but persevere. Like, she has nothing else to do but push and survive and grow and learn and change. And once again, that change is her choice. It's like truly watching, it's hard to explain, but it's like watching someone come into their own while they also decide what they want their world to look like. So it's like they're prospering in their field, but also they are determining what they want, determining what they actually, you know, want out of life, what they want to see, what they want to do, you know, how they feel about the things that they are accomplishing. What is an accomplishment to me? What did I exceed in? It's so freaking beautiful. If you have not listened to World Beyond Number, I highly, 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 highly recommend it, especially The Wizard, the Witch, and the Wild One. It's great storytelling. Erica Ishii and Lou Wilson are amazing. Brennan is amazing, and you can see how much he's flexing his homebrew campaign. It's really amazing. I would highly recommend that. Okay, now on to Project Ghostlight, which is I can't remember the name of that campaign. It's something nightmares or something nightmares, but it's a different version of New York by Night or something. I think that's the name of it, where they're playing Masquerade. And this character is so freaking interesting. I feel as though, but I cannot remember this character's name. For some reason, Tanisha or Tyesha is popping into my head, but I know that's Critical Role. I'm thinking of the Critical Role character. Her character and working with Project Ghostlight is, I would say, the epitome of Black womanhood, where this terrible thing happens to you, right? And then you are forced and pushed, or maybe it's even womanhood in general, where you're just forced to sacrifice so much, forced to, you know, contradict yourself so much, forced to push, to trapped to make moves that you don't actually want to, but it's the only way to survive. And I think in that campaign, truly you can see that Aabria is not afraid to be dark, not afraid to make big decisions and for them to have big consequences. She's not afraid to do the things, or maybe she is afraid, and she doesn't even, and it doesn't even matter, because it's what her character has to do. It's resolute, it's definitive, and you can see how aware she is of the world and how much the world weighs on her character, how much that plays into her thoughts. It's not always about doing what she wants when she wants to. It's about, how do I survive in this world? How do I stay myself? How do I maintain something in this world? I will say this is where this is where I bring up the fact that she's pregnant. Congratulations. For me, that was the first time I saw Aabria with yellow glasses in mothering. That's the first time I saw her take the step into, like, This is what I'm doing. This is where I am. This is what's going on. This it pulls from aspects of my life, of aspects that I want my life to. These are the things that I might have to come up with. So freaking. And there is a campaign that Aabria did with Jasmine Goulart as the DM with, oh God, I can't remember her name, but she's a redhead. I will have her name on the screen because I should know her name. And Brennan, where they are in a battle tournament style thing, and that one was so interesting to watch, well, and also rewatch, because you can really see the characters that she is willing to play, that she is gravitated towards playing a person that will get overwhelmed by the events, that will get overwhelmed and lose their head about something that's much bigger than them and have to find a way to ground themselves. I eat that up. Another great thing about Aabria when she is period, actually never mind. Another great thing about Aabria, period, is she is always cosplaying. You see her being a character, one of her characters, she's dressed as it. You can see it in the way she carries herself. You see her DMing, I point you to Misfits and Magic Season 2. Okay? I point you there for when she had a planned looks for every single episode. Every single episode. And she looked amazing. She looked amazing. She was doing the freaking rainbow, guys. The freaking rainbow. Like, there's something, like, the way that she expresses her dedication, her excitement and care about the things that she creates, about the characters that she plays, is very inspirational to me. Every single time Aabria is in the dome, every single time Aabria is DMing in the dome, okay, she pushes the capabilities of it. She says, what can we do that we haven't done before? What am I allowed to do? How can I get this across? Is there a way for us to put freaking bike pedals in the middle of the dome? Is there a way for us to have somebody walk behind in shadow in the dome? Is there a way for us to have projected images of flowers and sparkles on, sorry, I'm getting really passionate, on the walls in the dome? And the answer is yes. I remember watching something and they were like, well, we never really say no, you can't do that. We always say, we'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can figure it out. And that, I just think that, first of all, what a great team to be like, well, I'm not going to say no outright. We can probably figure something out. Let's talk about her DMing styles really quickly. Well, DMing styles. Let's talk about her campaigns in the freaking dome. Court of Fae and Flowers. Let me just set the timeline for you. Aabria's first campaign in the dome is Misfits and Magic Season 1. Her second campaign, A Court of Fae and Flowers, which is what we're about to talk about. Her third campaign, Burrows In, where she has these motherfuckers playing in the middle of a bear. The fourth one, Misfits and Magic number 2. Fifth one to be determined. Immediately when you start watching Court of Fae and Flowers, you can see how fun and jovial and playful the campaign is about to be. It's bright, it's flowery. Aabria has on pastel colors. She's got on glitter. She looks absolutely beautiful. And you're like, I'm gonna have a good time, period. She's allowing for the players to be alive and active even in her introduction, which immediately indicates the comedy of the season and also indicates like her comfort level with the people at the table. You can watch her move with the players and be Aabria or be the world, or be Aabria or be the world, as the players also transition smoothly out of being their characters and their selves. So in the world and out of the world, they're easily transitioning through, and it's like watching a waterfall run. Just like smooth, easy. It's like that. You're like, yeah. And she leaves it open. She leaves it open for the characters, for the players to implement their own rules and implement their own systems within the game. Like Oscar's declaration or Oscar's freaking wager. All that was all him. That was all him. That was not even a part of the campaign. So what would that campaign have looked like if Oscar did not feel comfortable enough to put that on the table? What would the campaign have looked like if Aabria decided that that's not what she wanted to do with her campaign? There's something about the way that she, I think especially in Court of Fey and Flowers you can see it, but something about the way that she collaborates with the table no matter what. The way that she views the table, the way that she becomes a part of the table, the way that she lets the table flow. And I think also with that season, she could be a lot hands off a lot, because she could rely, well, not even rely, but she knew that Brendan was going to show up to the table. She knew that Emily was going to show up to the table. She knew that Lou was going to show up to the table. She knew that Oscar was going to show up to the table. Even if she didn't know that Omar and Serena were going to show up to the table, she knew that the energy, the core of that table was going to be able to come through. And you could tell that she trusted the people at the table. She knew that there was a story to be told. She knew that she was going to be able to put multiple things in place, multiple things working at the same time, and the characters and the players would figure out a way to sort it out, would figure out a way to get through it, would figure out a way, or would determine what their actual desire was. She's not letting them get distracted by it's amazing. It's truly amazing. It's very, very collaborative, and I think you can see how open Aabria is and how encouraging she is of wanting these characters to experience to the fullness of what the world has to offer. Burrows in. I think that if you don't like, or not even if you don't like D&D, if you are not accustomed to D&D, I would say that one episode of Burrows In would get you interested. That's how I feel. So Court of Fey and Flowers is a collaborative experience of everyone at the table. Burrows In is making a structure, is not only collaborative for the table, but bringing these people and these characters together into a solid base. She is pushing them to react, to justify, to be concerned and be clear and be apparent with the decisions that they are making and the choices that they're seeing that they have. It's very scientific. It's very logical. It's very boom, boom, boom. And it's beautiful. I love it so very much. You should watch just an episode. If you want to watch an episode, hit me up. Right quick, let's talk about Candela Obscura because we have to. Like, if you want an example of how much Aabria is like willing to push her players to feel and dedicate themselves to the characters, you should watch Candela Obscura, or watch the first episode of Candela Obscura, because she is telling a story that these people are a part of, that they might not feel very comfortable sharing, very comfortable putting out there. But she's still asking them to commit, still pushing them to commit, because that's what she wants. That's what she wants. Not even that's what she wants, she knows that they can. So she's like, do it. Go ahead. I'm here supporting you. Everyone is here supporting you. You can push yourself to do this. And that's really what I want to say about Candela Obscura, because I don't think anyone else who GM'd really pushed their players the way that Aabria pushed her players. Finally, Misfits and Magic. It's so hard for me to put into words what Misfits and Magic means to me, especially season 2, where they redefine what magic is and redefine what the world is based on. Those 4 players, Erica, Danielle, Lou, and Brennan, are like her friends. So it's so interesting to see their dynamic and to see the way that she is asking them to do more, asking them to say more, asking them to give more. Because she knows they can, but still putting it in front of them as if it's their choice. You can give this or you cannot. You can push yourself or you cannot. What do you want to do? Do you really want to do this? Well, that's going to be a consequence. Like, I think that one is the most where you can see her as the world. You can see her as the construction, as the reality, as the force pushing against these young adults, these children, honestly. And it's just, it's amazing. The campaign is great. The campaign is great. I could sit here talking all day about Lou's arc. I could sit here and talk about Erica's arc. I could sit here and talk about Danielle's arc, and I could sit here and babble, but we're talking about Aabria. And Aabria allows, she's able to scratch to get to the marrow. She's like, yeah, you may be acting this way, but how do you feel? Yeah, you may be thinking this way, but what does that feel like in your body? And how is that going to affect your choices? How is that going to affect what you decide to learn and understand and change? How does that affect the way that you interact with the world? Okay. I feel as though I just bared my soul to you all. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And comment down below if you have a favorite Aabria campaign, let me know. If you have a favorite Aabria character, let me know. Yeah, I would truly love to know, because I love all things Aabria. Yes, if you want to find me somewhere else, you can go to my writing website, Changing Perspectives. If you want me to make something for you, you can go to my other website, Lily Loves Crocheting. If you liked this video, you can subscribe. If you want to, I don't care. Thank you so much.
And I'm sure you'll enjoy them just as much. Now I'm actually kinda concerned. Did something horrible happen to you? Did you